And we are back here on Open. And April is National Volunteer Month, a time to recognize more than 60 million Americans who volunteer their time year-round, including hospice volunteers, who play a major and important role in the end-of-life care for many individuals and families in New York. And joining us here in studio, we have Alison Reynoso, who is Hospice Volunteer Program Manager for the Visiting Nurse Service of New York, and then Ellen Landress-Bowkett with her dog Chicken, volunteers with VNSNY Hospice and Palliative Care. We welcome you both, all three of you, I should say, to the show. My dog Deacon at home would be very upset if I did not recognize there's somebody else sitting right there.
Thank
Good
you.
to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. And when we talk about, volunteer recognition, obviously volunteers play a major part in what you do. So share a little bit about the fact that it's National Volunteer Month.
Well, National Volunteer Month, we definitely, our purpose for being here is definitely to talk about volunteering in hospice. I mean, as you mentioned, over 60 million Americans really volunteer in different ways. Volunteering for hospice is a very unique way of giving service to someone else. Mm-hmm. And it really requires for a person to be patient, first of all, for a person to be willing to be open and to be curious. Mm-hmm. Okay, it really takes someone like Ellen to be a part of hospice volunteer.
And Ellen, talk about your work.
Well, I'm fortunate to have a partner. Mm-hmm. We're a team, Chicken and I, and we go to the Visiting Nurse Service of New York, Goodman Brown residence, mm-hmm. and we visit patients there. And some patients are not feeling necessarily up to seeing a human, but they will be open to seeing Chicken. Mm. So I call her the door opener, and she makes a connection mm-hmm. that then brings some company and some care to someone who might not have accepted it.
Mm-hmm. And it does take a special kind of person to be a hospice volunteer. Mm-hmm. Going through the situation right now presently, mm-hmm. just presently with my family, mm-hmm. And dealing with that, having somebody that can be compatible, having somebody that can offer some sort of support to families is major.
It is huge. I mean, the main task of the hospice volunteers is really to offer companionship and socialization for our patients, and also to support their families, but they do it in so many different ways. Sometimes it may look like reading the Bible to someone, sometimes it may look like holding their hand, or it may look like simply being still. Sometimes you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is just be present and be willing to be a witness to what's happening.
Right, and that makes all the difference in the world. But you made a great point, because you think about dogs and Chicken, right? It opens the door, and it opens mm-hmm. the door for you to come in. But sometimes, even if you don't have to do anything, just Chicken.
Yes, sometimes she'll just lie on someone, and I think that, maybe they want more interaction, but then that is love, mm-hmm. that she's mm-hmm. so comfortable that they feel love. And then they'll start talking to me, even if they didn't think they wanted to talk to a human, then we're connecting, and I'm hearing about them in their lives.
Mm-hmm. So Alison, say if I have a heart for this, right? I want to do this, sure. right? But of course I need some training. So mm-hmm. what's involved once I decide, hey, let me give Alison a call. Maybe I want to do this.
Mm-hmm. Well, the first thing we usually do is have a conversation, just mm-hmm. to make sure that where are you coming from? Where are you really coming from? And after that, we invite you to come into our training. The training is for 12 hours, and we offer about 6 trainings a year. And people have an opportunity to train on the weekends and also evening hours. Okay. There's also a health and a background check that we do on everybody. Basically, our volunteers get screened like any other paid staff. Okay. So after the training, after the clearance, it's just a matter of being willing, and being willing to be of service for about a year. Mm-hmm. to make a visit, let's say once a week for about an hour. It really depends on the setting that you choose. You may choose a home setting, you may choose a nursing home setting, a hospital setting, or you may choose, like Ellen, who goes to the VNSNY Goodman Brown residence.
Yeah. Ellen, how's this played out for you in terms of has it helped you? Has it helped you? Has it encouraged you in life?
That's a great question, thank you. It's very heart-opening that I'm entering a space that is a very intimate, private space, and it's a sacred, actually I feel like it's a sacred time, and I get to be with a person. I get to witness their bravery. I get to witness their capacity to be present at a very mysterious, unknown time. So it's very heart-opening.
Right. And so for people who want to do this, of course, you said you have this class, and they can take part in the class as well. Is there a particular kind of person that you're looking for to say, hey, come on and join us?
Yeah, a lot of our volunteers have had some type of experience with hospice, either professional or just professionally or just personally. Okay, so a lot of people come in who want to be of service in this way. People who are willing to look, sometimes even willing to look at their own death and how they feel about it. You know, people who are patient, people who are curious, and by curiosity I mean you don't have to know how the visit is going to look like. You simply have to be willing. You have to be willing to be in the presence of someone who with a terminal illness.
And every visit is different, right? You know.
Every visit is different. You never know what to expect, and that's, I'm amazed. Like every single visit, I'm amazed at what someone will choose to share with me and how honest and open people will be when you're just sitting with them, just to hear about them, just to connect with them.
Yeah. Well, thank you both, all three of you, for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Chicken, I gotta include you. You
Yeah,
know.
you can have a kiss.
Oh. Gotta say hello to Chicken. Tegan, how you doing? That's my dog at home. All right, so listen, to learn more about hospice volunteering and VNSNY, visit vnsny.org, or you can call 212-609-7586. Alison, thank you again for
Thank
what
you
do.
so much.
Taking a quick break. We got more show coming up right after this.